Hello everyone. So today we'd like to know about optional subject in UPSC. All those who are planning to prepare for UPSC examination, they may be facing one dilemma which is related to the optional subject. If you have not opted any subject, so you should watch it to understand that how to opt any optional subject, what is the right way to opt, and what is the right optional. So what can be the right optional for you? You will know in this video. So we will talk let's about optionals. So let's see that why we need to opt one optional. That demands to know about UPSC pattern of examination. So you should know that in UPSC civil services, in mains examination, there are three subjects you can say, or three papers, three categories of papers you can say. One, general studies, paper 1, 2, 3, 4, and then essay paper, and then optional subject consisting of two papers. Optional subject is a subject which you study at graduation level. And UPSC has a list of optional subjects. Now the question is why you need to select. So you do not need to select if you go by your graduation subject. Like whatever the subjects you studied at graduation level, in that you can select one. Like say if you do history honors, the history you can select. If you have done geography, if you have done BTech, so you can go by mechanical, electrical. So you can continue by the subject you have studied in your graduation. But this is not the trend in UPSC. In UPSC, the popular trend is 85% candidates, as per UPSC reports, 85% candidates go by opting a subject which is different from their graduation subject. Like popularly, our most popular subjects which students opt are, let's call geography, sociology, anthropology, history, political science, public administration. These are very popular subjects, and 85% candidates means 85% candidates are not opting the subjects that they have studied at graduation level. This, or you can say that most of the students are opting subjects which they have not studied at graduation level. Why they are opting? This is how we have to know. And in them, which optional is right for you? This is how we have to know in this video. So we'll further explain on that how to select a right subject. How you can select a right subject, because it is very important. Many a time optional decides your final result, whether you will come in top category or not. So optional can decide. If you see the results of whatever the years you can say, even this year results if you say, so those who have got top ranks, you'll find that in optional subject, they get 300 plus, electrical engineering, sociology, etc., anthropology. If they are in top 50, so one important factor is related to their optional subject. Hence, optional plays a very key role in your getting top ranks, especially in top 100. And therefore, it is very important to select a right optional subject. I will rather say that optional plays an instrumental role in final selection and getting a top rank. This. So let's come to know about how to select a right optional subject from those popular subjects like history, geography, philosophy, psychology, public administration, political science, these subjects, how you can select them. What is the most important criteria to select optional subject? Largely there are 3-4, let's say, factors. One is called interest. Second is called how the subject matches with GS paper. Third is called that UPSC trend. And fourth is called that the success rate. Let's see what exactly is the success rate. So let's take those four factors and talk about them. If you talk about the most important factor we consider is called interest factor. Do you like that subject? Different students have different inclinations and they have different bent of mind. Like say that a doctor may be, let's say that familiar with the medical science subject and he may be very comfortable with that, so he does not need to select any other option. But if he is not comfortable with this, he wants to select any optional and he finds it very interesting that he can study sociology, he loves sociology or he likes sociology, he likes anthropology. So this is how the first most important factor is called interest, because most of the students have different orientation. In fact, you want to become a civil servant. So why you want to become civil servant? Why you want to become IAS? So you have some likes, you have some dislikes related to society. You want to be part of society. You want to serve people. You want to get power, status, at the same time serve people. So you have connection with society. That connection in you brings, let's say, your association or likes with particular subject. Like some students can like public administration. They may like administration and they may like to know more and more about administration. Some students may like philosophy. Some students may like geography. That way we can say. So there can be, let's say that different students and they may have different likes. So when you study a particular subject, it generates interest and that interest results into you to go into the in-depth of that subject, and you do not, let's say that feel that how many hours we have given, you get absorbed in that subject. So when you get absorbed in that subject, that is how we say that your interest. It is the interest that can help you study that subject quite thoroughly. And this is how you'll enjoy it also. Even if subject is difficult, you are not familiar, but this interest factor can help you overcome challenges of that subject. And that's why we count interest as the most important factor. Why, let's say that interest can help you. So suppose that a candidate does not qualify in first attempt. According to UPSC, a candidate most of the candidates qualify in third attempt. So will you have confidence year after year that you continue with that subject? The only interest can take you in, let's say that from one attempt to another, second attempt or another attempt. Only interest can give you confidence to continue with that subject. Second factor is called relation with GS paper. So you know why some optionals are popular. So if you take geography, history, polity, anthropology to some extent, public administration we can say. So these subjects have lots of relation with GS paper. Like say history has quite relation with GS paper. Political science has its relation with GS paper. Public administration has huge relation with GS papers. Geography has relation with GS paper. So these things also give you confidence, help your study in terms of minimizing your efforts, because there will be overlapping. Like you can say that candidates having political science optional. So paper second is prepared. In ethics paper they help. In IR they get help. Similarly, public administration optional. So paper second and ethics paper you get help. In other papers also you get help. So these things also play role in terms of giving confidence, saving your time, improving your level of preparedness. And that's why it also helps people. Third factor is generally, let's say, considered length of the syllabus. People, students at initial stage, they are also concerned that they have to study less. So they generally see कि किस subject में कम पढ़ना है, in which subject they have to study less. So that syllabus becomes basis for selection, but it may not be an important factor, because ultimately whatever the subject you opt, you have to study hard and match UPSC standard. Next factor is called UPSC trend. In optionals, UPSC trend keeps changing, one after another. That is called success rate. So let's say if you take whatever the optional I have told, at times political science becomes very popular, at times sociology, at times public administration, at times you can say anthropology. So trends keep changing. Yes. Hence, let's say that that can also play a role. But if you see the success rate in all these subjects, the success rate as per UPSC report is from 5% to 10%, 11, 12%. Like say कि public administration has 10% success rate, 9 to 10% or 11% at times you can find political science, but history if you take, geography you can take, they will come in the category of 5 to 6%. Still a huge number of people appear, means highest number of people appear in this examination if you say. So they will be from geography subject, history subject, highest number of candidates. But success rate if you see, it is 5%, 6%. It means that success rate is not playing an important role in this. Rather, it is the popularity that you may have studied in graduation or you like the subject. And let's say that the trend in the market, this you can consider. So when you opt for any subject, try to focus on 3-4 factors. And the most important factor you should take is called interest, because it is very important. It will help you in your most difficult time when you have to appear repeatedly one after another in this UPSC. That time you need to get confidence, and interest will help you getting that confidence. And second factor is related to GS, how it is related to GS, this. And these two factors should guide you in opting or write optional. At the end of the day, there are results in UPSC from all subjects. So if a person likes even electrical, he can bring result. So it all depends on your interest, your standard, your own ability, and whether you match with UPSC standard. So hope that it may help you in opting or write optional for UPSC, as new sessions are going to commence. And in next video, we'll talk about public administration as an optional, since I teach public administration optional subject. So all the best.